a great Christmas. All our team is back. They got back on Monday night after being off for 3 days, and it was really, I think most of our guys expressed they had a really nice Christmas with their family and friends, so that was a good break for them. And it's always tough when you come back from 3 days off. It's very rare in basketball that you take 3 full days off in a row, and so we had a practice that night and then lifted after, and then yesterday we had a practice without tape, going through, reviewing a bunch of stuff offensively, another lift, and then a 2-hour practice in the afternoon. So today we're in a single practice as it's the day before, our next game.
I think you mentioned after the Southern Miss game that this would be the gauntlet starting when they got back from Christmas. As you stand right now, how do you feel like where your team is right now?
Yeah, I think our team's getting better. I think we're improving as a team, from where we were starting out, and that's what you always want to be doing. You want to be continuing to improve as a group as well as individuals, and so that's the goal is to continue to improve and keep growing as a team. And so this will be our last test prior to SEC, and UMKC beat us last year at their place, and we expect that they'll play a lot of zone. They're a pressing team. They get after you with their press and pick up full court. And, they've played some tough places. I mean, they started out the season barely in a losing effort at Creighton, who's top 10 in the country. So, they got some players to be able to put forth that type of effort.
You mentioned last year, late in the year, the team started playing better because the guys started to find their roles. You see that process starting to happen?
Yeah, I don't think it was just roles. I mean, I didn't say it was because they knew their roles necessarily, but we just got better. We got better defensively. I mean, you look at where Gavin was and his ability to guard ball screens last November versus, last February. It was a night and day thing. A lot of things. Just our ability to pass. I mean, we were such a poor passing team early on. So it's always about improving as a team and getting better and learning. And again, we have the youngest team in the country, so it's we have to be more physical. My biggest concern moving forward is look at our rebounding numbers. We're even or down one. On average, rebounding wise, that's not going to get it done moving forward against. And we're having to play small. Mario's playing all his minutes essentially at the 4 thus far out of necessity because that's our best lineup. Our most effective group having a chance is playing small, and I'd rather play big. And we need our bigs to continue to come along and improve so we can play them more and get more production out of them.
I know it's only been a couple of weeks, but how is that duel done in practice so far?
Good. It's just hard because so many times we're preparing for games. So like today, we're going to spend a fair amount of time preparing for our opponent that we play tomorrow, UMKC. It makes no sense to have him in there learning how we're defending their stuff, or working because he's not playing tomorrow. But when he's in there, he makes a huge difference in terms of the competitive level because he's the one guy in our team that you can truly say is a banger. Every time the ball goes up, he's banging. He's our one guy the only guy I can say in the entire team right now that I truly would refer to as a banger. That's what you love as a coach from your bigs, bangers, guys that are hitting people every time a shot goes up and creating space.
Going into SEC play, you talked about the rebounding, and it's not like you can make a late mid-season trade or anything. Dude's not coming out. So how do you improve upon that rebounding? With the
emphasis, just to keep emphasizing it, and blocking out, and getting everybody to rebound, all 5 guys, and doing a better job going to the glass. If I'm supposed to be one of the guys on offense that's supposed to rebound, not everybody rebounds on offense because you have a certain grouping that have to worry about their role defensively on transition. But if I'm a big, I'm rebounding everything. You got to go every time. And we watched 2 hours of film today of our last game this morning instead of practicing. So, even though we were on the floor physically, we were trying to get better, learning, and from a mentality standpoint, getting better at what's expected and what you have to do.
With 2 months in, are the freshmen where you thought they would be behind, ahead?
Oh, I never look at where I thought they would be. Like, that's hard. That's a hard question. I mean, I'm excited about our players and think they're getting better, and excited about them continuing to improve. And and we have flashes from everybody. The whole thing about being really good is to be consistent, and consistency is the key. And you know, having a great physical effort every time you step between those lines is the key.
How easy was it to plug Xavier into the lineup, considering he'd been here for a year and a half and probably knew most of the plays and stuff?
No, he really didn't know any of the plays, because till you go through them and you're actually doing them, which he had never done because he'd never been cleared to practice until December 1st or December 2nd. So he's been out there still less than a month. So just the opposite. It's been difficult because he doesn't know anything, and he's asked to play two positions. So we're asking a lot of him. So the way he's handled going in there, based on how little he's been out there and learned and knows, and basketball is a game of repetition. It's about doing it over and over and over again. You get better with repetition, whether that be shooting or how you're playing, ball screens or defending. It's all repetition. So for him, he's not even close to where he's going to be as a player. His whole key is just staying healthy. And I love the fact that he plays so hard. He gets exhausted out there because he's at a warp speed, which I love.
How did Xavier feel physically after his first game in a couple of years?
Well, you know what? I think Southern Miss, the second time he went in, you could see he got winded in that first half, and then he was fine the second. He only played 11 minutes. The other night he played 15 minutes, which is what we're limiting to right now, based on the doctor and the trainer, and we'll see how he progresses. Those 3 days off were good for him mentally too, but physically now he has to come back and get. 3 days off is a lot. I mean, an NBA player never takes 3 days off in a row, ever. But it's good for us. I mean, we're not NBA players. We're college kids, and that break and it's family time, and it's such a long season. And now it begins, where we've got, for sure 20 more games minimally right now. I mean, we've played 11, and we want to keep playing better and improving.
I know Q's been sore and banged up after the game last week. How's he? Have you visited with him much since the break, and did he get a chance to kind of?
He's practiced well. He shot around once while he was home, but he took it easy pretty good. And just the way he plays, he's going to get banged up. Because I was really pleased how in the second half he attacked the rim and he shot faking and getting to the line. That's what we need him to do. We have to get to the foul line more, and that's one of our biggest weaknesses. We don't get to the foul line enough, and shoot enough foul shots and score enough from the foul line. And partly because our post presence has got to improve, and we're playing with two freshmen and a sophomore in there, and one of them never played in the post before.
Do you think you might be coming to a point in the season where you could play maybe Holman or Herard extended minutes together so you can get bigger?
See, Eric struggles to play extended minutes, period, and that's an issue for us. I mean, he's maxed out at about 23, 24 minutes. He just gets tired out there, and that's something that he has an asthma component to it, and so there's something. But them playing together, it's all about matchups, and the one thing that Schneider's doing a good job of is rebounding per minutes played on the defensive glass. For him, like I'm showing him today, he was late to a lot of situations where he's able to plug or get there to block shots because he's always standing on defense rather than having knees bent. He's gotten away his whole life with just being bigger than everybody. Well, that's over now. Everybody's got size too. And so, he's learning. He's only played basketball for 4 years. And this is his 5th year of playing basketball. So, he has a higher ceiling because he played for less than most kids going into high school, but he's still learning just basic stuff like knees bent when you're on defense. And if you go back and watch and study film, he's standing, and every time you have to make a movement, quick movement, before you can do it, you have to bend your knees. So if your knees are already bent, then it really helps. And, he has flashes, like he and EJ, and I keep telling Schneider's the nicest kid. I mean, he's an incredibly nice young man. But, like, when you step between those lines, we got to leave that nice guy outside the lines. And that's what I'm trying to impress upon him. Same thing with EJ.
Are there guards available in number 4? What does he do? Do they try to get him the ball off screens or whatever? How does he get his, what is it, 20 points?
They killed us last year with ball screens up there, where they're constantly screening on the ball, and they were attacking Gavin and really hurt us in that way from our defensive standpoint. So it's constantly ball screening, transition. He's a really good player. Half his attempts are threes. He's shooting 43, almost 44% from three. I mean, he's a very good player. And he can drive it. He's more of a shooter than, say, Moon was in the last game. And that kind of player. So he's a tough matchup for us. And they're constantly looking to bring him off of different kinds of ball screens and then create off of that as he passes out of it if he doesn't shoot.
Q, how you feel getting to have a few days off to rest? And I know you're kind of looking forward to healing up a little bit.
It felt good. I needed the 3 days off, but conditioning wise, it wasn't very good. But I'm getting my conditioning back the last 2 practices we had, so I was just glad to have the 3 days off.
Your thoughts on this team? I know you got one more non-conference game, but just where they are right now going into SEC play next week.
I still think we have a lot of improvement to do. We did last and rebounding in our whole SEC conference, so we got some improvement to do. But I think we gonna improve enough so when we make the SEC play, we'll be ready.
Where do you think the freshmen are at this point in time?
I think they still learning. It's a long process. You got to keep learning. It's gonna be hard just because we can't really tell them how the SEC gonna be. You got to wait till them they get their own experience. So once they get their first game of the SEC under their belt, I think they'll be good.
For the rebounding, it's not like you can add somebody, to rebound. How you improve that number without, adding people?
Everybody just got to attack the rebound, offense and defense, as hard as they can, and try to go every time. And we got to box out like Coach Holland always say, and just try to get the rebound.
What has Xavier added to that rotation since he's been able to play?
He added a lot. Athleticism, and everybody knows Xavier's real athletic, and he just makes it harder for practice. He guard me. He very athletic, and it just make me harder to score. So, I mean, it's a lot because he can guard Mario now. We don't have to have Eric and Mario always going against each other at the 4th position. So, it's improving.
Does that help y'all's rebounding numbers too?
Yeah, it will. It will. Once he get his minutes up, he really can't play with like limited minutes right now. So once he get up to enough minutes he can play, I think he'll help us rebound a lot.
Do you remember much from that Missouri-Kansas City game last year from up there?
I remember some of it. They was telling me about it, that I played like 13 minutes in that game or something like that. But Coach Holland told me that. But I don't remember too much. I remember the end of it, that we made a little comeback, but I know they played a lot of zone last year and attacked our ball screens a lot, so that's basically what I know.
How are teams defending you differently this year, knowing that you're the guy compared to last year when there was a Malik on the court and Craig and Gavin and other guys?
I think there's a lot of help conscious. I think people always in help. Like every time I get the ball, I see 3 and 4 people jump towards the ball, things like that. I seen a couple teams that tried to deny me the ball. I know we was in Charleston. They boxing won me. That was the first time I ever been boxing one in college. So, but I think they defense scheme just try to keep the ball in my hand, and when I do catch it, just got a lot of people in the help country zone. In the rotations.
Your numbers have improved though. How have you been able to do that even with people focusing on you?
I just try not to go out and score. I just try to play with my team first, and when the opportunity comes, I try to take it as much as I can, but I just go out and try to play team ball first.
Xavier, how did it feel to get those couple games under your belt, and how do you feel physically after that?
Mentally it feels good. I'm gaining my confidence back just by playing those 2 games. I think the big thing is just keep getting reps. Just keep getting reps, and my confidence will be back, and I'll be doing pretty good. But it feels good, and physically I feel good also. My legs are coming back. I'm starting being able to run longer and play longer and play longer up to game speed.
How long do they want to keep your minutes limited, or does it just depend on how you respond physically?
It depends on how I respond physically, but I've been responding pretty good. So I think after this game, that'll be it. And start the conference, I'll be off limited minutes.
You say how you respond physically. Is it pain? Is it just stamina? What do you?
Just a stamina standpoint, yeah. It's my condition. I win.
How do you feel now compared to, you know, back when you were at Louisiana Tech and fully healthy? You know, compare where you're at now athletically to where you were before.
Right now I'm I'll say about 90%. Cause back then, I mean, I was younger. I was very athletic. So, man, now I got old and I had 2 knee surgeries. So I mean,
You ever
it's different.
You ever scared, apprehensive when you get on the court thinking about the 2 injuries?
Nah, I don't think about it when I'm playing. I just go hard and try to do whatever I can to help my team win.
Is there something that you can't do now that you were able to do? Because it still seems, when the slam dunk contest came to mind, and it seems like you're still pretty athletic. Is there something that comes to mind that you still need to get to that 10%?
Yeah, I can jump I could jump way higher than that. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Will I ever get that back or not? But yeah, I used to be able to jump real high.
That's I haven't been. Yeah, that's impressive.
Yes, sir.
Is that the only difference, just not jumping as high, or
Yep.
is there some other things?
Just not jumping as high, and by me not playing so long, like my hand and eye coordination kind of got a little slower, so I got to get that back up, like my ball handling and stuff like that.
But that can come back. That
Yeah,
has nothing to
yeah,
do with the knee. That's
yeah.
just-
Yeah.
I know you've been kind of focusing on yourself. Where do you think the team is 2 months into the season?
Well, we're a work in progress. Like, we're a growing team. So right now, I think that we're in a good spot. You know, a good team will grow through the whole season. So I think we're in a good spot right now, and I think we just still got work to do. We got to keep working and just getting better, and it'll all pay off. But I think we're in a good spot right now, though. Working hard, a lot of intensity in practices, these last couple practices. So, doing pretty good.
IJ, Q says that teams are defending him differently, whether it's a box and one or double and triple teams, but his numbers are up. How have you been able to see him kind of deal with those defenses, but also improve his numbers?
He's scoring all 3 levels, you know. I think with me, Lamar, and Tyson being able to read him coming off screens and pass him the ball, you know, he can cut and find openings, and, you know, we try to give him to him as soon as he get open because he can score in a split second.
Yeah, you got one more non-conference game, then you start SEC play. As the leader on this team, how much are you trying to stress, hey, it's about to change? You know, you thought it was a big jump from high school to college. Now we go into SEC play, it's another jump.
We try to stress it as much as possible. You know, we try to raise the intensity of in practice. You know, just getting after them and just stressing that, you know, we're not playing, you know, a subpar team now. We're playing against the best, you know. Alabama, we play them first. They're a tough team. It's just game after game. You're never going to play teams, you know, as, you know, play Southern Miss, something like that. Playing teams that you're capable of getting embarrassed every night. So we try to stress that to them every day. Coach Allen does a great job. He does a great job with that.
Where do you think the team is right now? So, standing on the verge of starting SEC play.
You know, we make strides and then sometimes it seems like we go back a little bit. I think we're kind of peaking. We're doing a good job in certain things, but we still have to do a better job at boxing out and rebounding. You know, in SEC, if you don't rebound, pretty much rebound correlates to your wins and your losses. I don't think if we don't improve on our rebound and just intensity on defense day in and day out, we might end up with a lot of L's.
What can you do differently to improve that rebounding number?
You know, box out. I think that's our biggest thing. You know, sometimes players still don't box out at times, including myself. I think we got to stress it every time. Every time the shot goes up, we got to box out. You know, we still don't have the size. We improve size-wise. We still don't have the size of the team do in SEC. I think Coach Allen stated to us that we were last in rebounding margin in the conference. And, you know, that just has to change.
Is it frustrating? It's that simple? It's just guys boxing out, and that's kind of what's preventing?
just gotta stay disciplined. You know, sometimes it is frustrating, but you know, Coach Holland said being young isn't an excuse anymore. You know, we done had experience. We played 11 games now. I think it would be 12 tomorrow. You gotta be disciplined. You gotta box out. That's all it is.
Remember much from the Missouri-Kansas City game last year? Can you take anything from that into Thursday night?
Oh yeah, I remember it. Like we played them yesterday. I think they destroyed us on transition and the ball screen action that they run. I think we gotta do a great job of plugging and containing their guards. And like I said, we gotta box out. I think last year we shot like 33s and we only took like 50-something shots. I think we gotta do a better job of attacking the zone that they run. And that'd be pretty much it.